Hey guys, welcome again to my channel, Destination Dave. I hope you're doing well. On this video, it's not gonna be our traditional travel vlog. I recently have purchased a 2-unit condo here in Fairview, Quezon City in Grand Mesa Residences. So I guess I deserve a little clap on that. No, seriously, have you ever thought of living in a condo or buying a condo? I'd like to share with you on this video the pros and cons of living and buying condos. Kasi to be honest, I grew up on a traditional houses, like yung mga bahay natin na yung mga typical na bahay talaga. But this time around, I'm moving to a much smaller space, and it kinda made me realize a lot of things na hindi ko na consider prior to buying the property. So, let's go ahead guys. Let's go and talk about it. So, let's talk about the pros of living in a condo space. So, I have partially moved here, like 90% of my stuff na kailangan dito, I already have moved. First thing I noticed, to be honest, the biggest pros of living in a condo space, security. You are in a very secured space because there's property management, may mga security guard na nandyan to help you out. You wouldn't really be thinking of hindi masyado yung rampant siguro yung mga nakawan dito. So that's number one. You are in a very, very secured place. People can just come in. They have to identify themselves prior to coming in. So that's definitely number one. Yung security, masyadong maganda sa mga condos. Next, one thing I love about living in a condo is yung mga amenities nila. Although here sa nakuha kong condo, about siguro mga 90% pa lang yung facility natapos. Yung tower namin, actually yung tower 2 medyo ginagawa pa. However, I really love number one yung swimming pool. May swimming pool sila, so if you wanna go ahead and pag naiinitan ka, you can just go down and take a dip. They have gym, so that's so good. I wanted to go back in shape. You can just go down and then lift and then do cardio. You also have I have my daughter, syempre. Meron silang playroom dun sa baba, and those are stuff that comes together as a package with the condo unit. Yung mga amenities na you really have to maximize para sulit naman yung bayad. And it's shared amenities, FYI. Next, location. Typically, a high-rise condominium are located in a place where everything is available. Typically near market, hospital, police. And honestly, dito sa amin, pagbaba mo pa lang, may mga palengke na, malapit ang police station, halos walking distance ang hospital, andyan ang mga fast food resto, may grocery store. So location, it's in a very centered and strategically located area. So honestly, convenient sa akin to, coming from a place where I have to drive like 5 minutes away papunta dun sa gate ng subdivision. It's kind of going to be an advantage when it comes to location. Okay, so another thing, when you're living in a condo space, since you have a smaller and tighter space, obviously there's going to be low maintenance. Hindi mo kailangan masyadong maglinis. Onting kilos mo lang, halos malinis na agad yung buong space. I came from a property with a big space, and it's kind of hard to maintain it. Ang dami mong actually typically have to have, a couple of helpers. Ako, ilang helpers kung madalas nagtutulungan dun sa kabilang bahay. But this time around, ang bilis lang, onting linis, onting walis, onting punas dito, malinis na agad yung buong area. So lesser space means lesser maintenance, which I really, really love. And if you're more of the type ng person na you love mingling to other people, I think this is also a good place for you. Since it's a condo, you'd have a lot of neighbors right and left, up and down, and you'd have to be sharing amenities. And it's time to meet new people. It's para siyang honestly, in a condo you have to coexist with the other other tenants or other people who also purchase properties there. You have to be sensitive enough that they also do exist. So it may be a cons, but it's a pro for those who really love meeting new people. So that's a good one. That's +1 for pros of buying a condo. Okay, let's now go to the cons of having a condo. Number one cons that I saw, and I did not see it coming, is the parking space. So I have a car, and I did not buy a parking space here in a condo because it's worth more than $1 million, and at first I don't think that it's a smart buy to buy a space for $1 million. But I realized that it's having a no parking space is not good. It's not very convenient for me, because sometimes I have to park somewhere na minsan yung mga kotse natotow, and I have to find a space every time I go here because I don't have my own parking space. Sometimes I even have to rent parking space for a day and pay like $200, which is yun yung pinaka nahihirapan ako every time I try to visit the place. So yeah. Next cons, the homeowners association fee, which is big. So aside from the monthly bills that you pay here, the electricity and water, which I think at this point in time medyo nakakatipid ako kasi mas maliit nga yung space, so less maintenance, less energy consumption. I think one of the fees that I have to really focus on and then bank on is yung HOA fees. I'm paying about 2,000 pesos per unit, so that's 4,000 pesos every month sa HOA fees. That's regardless if you stay here or not use the amenities. It's definitely a must that you pay HOA fees, like 4,000 every month. That's huge, which is not good. Again, regardless if you've used the amenities or not, so better use them. Rules and regulations. So, pag nakatira ka sa condo, there's a lot of things that you should consider. Again, the word here is you have to coexist with the people in the neighborhood, in the condo, in the whole condo building. Maraming rules na hindi na kailangan mong sundin. Even the type of aircon that you're going to buy, yung iba bawal ang split type, bawal ang LPG gas. There are certain rules and regulation that you have to follow, even magsampay ng damit sa labas para hindi magbukang duyutin yung buong condo. Marami talagang rules na you have to follow because which I agree, because if there are no rules and regulation, mahihirapan lahat. It's going to be very, very chaotic. Ano pa ba yung mga oras? Kung sino lang yung mga pwedeng maligo sa pool, obviously that should be considered. It's not like if you purchase one condo unit, like all of your family can go there. No. Maraming kailangang sundin. And well, if you're a good citizen naman, then I don't think that rules and regulation would be a cons for you. But sometimes there are things that you wanted to do that you can't do inside a condo. Limited privacy. I noticed na, because I have a 2 unit na hindi naman siya combined, pero itong kabilang unit na to is my other unit, which this one is my office, and then the other one is basically my sala, my dining, and then my daughter's room. I noticed that you kind of have less privacy because whenever they're talking dun sa kabila, naririnig ko sila. You get to have lesser space, more noise. You actually hear them. And just right now, the other room is cooking some food. Parang sabi ko na umaabot dito yung amoy, naaamoy ko talaga siya. So, you'll have more noise, less privacy when you're in a condo. Halos lahat ng tunog sa kabilang side naririnig mo. So, that's not good. Resale value. So, compared to a typical property that appreciates a little bit faster, condo doesn't appreciate that much fast. It can appreciate, but not as fast as a typical property, because obviously as time goes by, the building gets to be a little deteriorated. Sometimes may mismanaged din siya. And having that said, resale value could not appreciate that much as your typical property. It could be very, very challenging selling a condo unit in the future, especially when you're faced with HOA fees. Obviously, when you try to sell a property, you also have to inform that they have to pay HOA fees, which could be be hefty. But yeah, yun yung challenge talaga, I think, na mangyayari soon if you have a condo. Selling it could be harder. Okay, so last cons. I think parang mas marami ako sinabing cons kaysa sa pros. I don't think. Yeah, but it just came to my mind na medyo mas maraming cons. But I know there's going to be more pros as we go. But one of the biggest cons as well is when you're in a condo, you are very much controlled. Just going back to what I said a while ago, yung rules and regulation, you have to follow. Limited space, parking lot. Basically, it all boils down to you have to be controlled. You have to just really coexist. So, ayun, I hope that makes sense. And I hope na-gets niyo yung point ko dun sa mga cons. I hope you guys have loved this video or liked the video. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Again, Dave from Destination Dave. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure talking to everyone again, just like this, sitting down, not moving around, not traveling. We'll try to do it as often as I could. But yeah, if there are more pros and cons of living in a condo, Please feel free to share your thoughts with me. And ayun, may God bless everyone. Let's make it a great day and let's make the day count. Thanks, God.